Okay. I'd like to show you 4 strats and then a bunch of useful shit that you can decide whether or not you want to remember. 4 strats sounds complicated, but really it just comes down to almost 4 nades you need to remember. First of the 4 strats is obviously pistol round. You're going to need a smoke and a flash, and then you can buy whatever you want. You can get a P250, you can get another flash, I don't care, whatever you want to do. Smoke and a flash. You're coming up here, it's going to be the 4 people, fountain, connector to lower, just like usual. You're just helping. You're throwing the smoke at connector, you line up on the top step, and you line your crosshair up here with this line at the top. It's the obvious line on the wall. Excuse me. So you go up to the top of the line and you just do a jump throw. It's pretty easy. That'll block off bathroom. The rest of your teammates will probably be out here by now by the time you throw it. Hopefully we can convince them not to push down the stairs yet, because then you can line up on this with a flash, just the sunny wall, and then do a walking flash from the top of the lantern to the bottom. And that pops right over the hedge. It even pops anyone like looking up connector. Okay. And then your teammates can flood around the corner, and I'll go down. When you guys hit the bottom of connector, let me know. I'll be over here just watching the lurk. I'll pop flash you out. That'll flash this. That'll flash this. That'll flash this. Okay, it should help you guys get out water. And then we just take B. If you happen to have bought another flash, you can bomb it over. B on the way. Second strat is default, and it's going to start pretty much exactly like pistol round does. It's going to be a 2-1-1, 2 fountain, 1 connector, 1 B, and then 1 roamer. We'll call that cook because he can't be controlled. So he goes wherever he wants, wherever we need the help. But the idea is to take over courtyard, take over connector, pinch him, so that you've got the middle of the map to yourselves, and we can decide whether we want to end up or down. It's basically to cut the CTs out of the most important part of the map, is the whole point. So you're going to be smoking this, I'm going to be smoking that, and then between connector and you guys, you're going to be pinching this and taking this over. So, you are doing your pistol round smoke, same as always. This is default. Right there. I'll do this one. Okay. I'll come over here. I'll watch B push. Maybe I'll come down, hang out there. Or whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm watching the B flank. You're helping fountain, and then we'll have a guy down connector. And then, if you want to do the same flash as pistol round, just coordinate with your buddy. Flash over the top. Just teamwork. Teamwork to take over the middle of the map, and then we'll figure it out afterwards. I can't make any strats too complicated because there's really only going to be 2 of us who actually know what the strats are. Strat number 3 is the classic B rush. All you have to have is a smoke. But if you have a molly, that'd be great. And then flashes last, if you can afford them. So if you have a molly, if you can afford a molly, come around the corner from the B sign and throw a molly. You see the white dot on the tower, about halfway up? You can't quite see it as well when I zoom in. It's this thing right here. When you're zoomed out, you can see it better. But that's how high you line up. You can look right at it, and it usually works, but it's best if you just center yourself on the tower. So height of the white dot in the middle of the tower, running throw. I think that worked. Yeah, okay, good. So if you've got that, that'll help us get into water. That'll help the 2 guys go in water get into water. And then right after you throw that molly, face plant the B sign and do a jumping throw right here. Sorry, a running jumping throw. Okay. There's no requirement as to how long you run. You just get started and then toss it. Okay. That's your whole requirement for the B rush strat. If you got extra flashes, bomb them on the right side here.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Because that won't flash our teammates looking this way, but it will flash the CTs looking this way. Okay? I'm sure you already knew that, but if you didn't know it, now you know it. Flash to the right. I will be mollying barrels. You throw a walking smoke over this post as you walk down the stairs. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, because you'll often hit the ceiling and it'll fuck it up, so you kind of gotta practice it a bit. So while you're throwing the cat molly, I'll throw that molly, and then I'll immediately throw a smoke at sandwich.
Smoke!
So between your smoke and my smoke. We have so far noticed that sometimes people will hang out here, which is kind of an interesting spot, but we should be able to see them, so just be aware of it. And then of course we have to worry about that and that. So for the B-Rush, 2 people water, 3 people monster. That's you, me, and whoever's left. The 4th strat, I don't even know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's effective, but I want to try it. So, all you have to have is a smoke and a flash. The idea is we're going to be stacking water, smoking out the plant, and basically ninja planting in the smokes, and then holding the bomb from back here with like nades and shit.
Grenade!
I'll show you in a minute. I guess we could use this on a save round too, just to get to the bomb down, but on a gun round we can have nades to hold the plant. So, smoke and a flash is all you really need, but if you can afford a molly, you can help us get into water with the same molly that you threw before. Okay.
Throwing fire!
Perfect. I'm just amazing. Okay. So, 4 of us, including you, are going over to water. 1 guy is coming to connector. We'll just have to tell someone to come to connector to watch this. Best if they don't watch this, because they'll get shot. Just want to watch the door flank. Their whole job is to help us not get flanked from connector. So the 4 of us in water, you've got your smoke and your flash. You're going to be smoking and flashing from the same exact spot, just right here in the corner. Just tuck in.
Throwing smoke!
Your smoke is going to land like right in front of the pillar, and that's what we're going to be planting in. This line is the bomb site, so you just basically run in with the line.
Activating the bomb.
Okay. And you'll be flashing us in. One of the 3 of us will have the bomb, and you'll flash us in with the same exact flash.
Flashbang!
Okay, that'll pop right here. The thing about this smoke that requires the flash, like you have to have the flash, is this smoke, while it's pretty good, is not perfect for over here. There's a little gap. So if they're smart, they'll creep up under here. But if you throw that flash, they'll be blind as fuck. Okay, it'll pop like right here. I will throw a smoke to bridge. You just stand here, throw it against the back of the generator.
Smoke!
You can actually throw this pretty much from anywhere, as long as you throw it at the back of the generator. But from here, it's perfect. Okay? Because it'll overlap with yours.
Throwing smoke!
Okay? Flash comes over, we plant, we fall back into water. And then if we have nades, all we have to do, we can molly the plant, we can nade the plant, basically. If we hear them defusing, you know, just anywhere, just throw it at the pillar. It'll blow up right on whoever's defusing. You can even throw it through this gap. Okay. Pretty much anything you throw over there is going to land on the bomb. I think it could work, right? Okay, so to sum up, if you have a molly, throw the molly from here on our way in so that they can't rush water and fuck us up. We all pile into water. Everyone else should have their guns out while you get your nade out. You're throwing this while I'm throwing this.
Smoke!
You're flashing us in.
Throwing a flashbang!
1 or 2 flashes, it doesn't matter. We don't even really need to see to be able to plant. We run in and plant.
Planted.
Fall back to water. Okay. Random useful nades and shit everyone should know, but not enough people know. I'm sure you'll know some of these, and I will have already reviewed some of them, but there's just some staple nades that everyone needs to know. So obviously the molly. You line up right next to the white dot, center it on the pillar and run through. Okay. A really good pop flash for monster from back here. You can do this with a teammate or by yourself if you want. You just basically face plant this post, okay, and throw it at the. Put your crosshair on the bottom right nostril. I guess it's left for us. You see where I'm putting my crosshair.
Flashbang!
Okay. It's gonna pop right here. It's gonna flash anyone up here. Okay. And it also pops pretty far to the side here, so you can have like a teammate creep up here and look the other way, and then throw that pop flash, and then they come out. Okay. As far as water is concerned, of course, there's the flash to get into water. Stand in the sunlight against the wall and throw a walking flash.
Throwing a flashbang!
That'll help any teammates get into water. And if you're alone, it should hopefully at least push them off for a second, so you can run in. Once you're in water, pretty much anywhere you are, you can do a running throw against the back of the generator, and we'll smoke bridge.
Throwing smoke!
Okay. Doesn't matter where, just as long as you can see the back of the generator, just throw it at that.
Throwing smoke!
What else should we show you? Okay. You can throw a ton of useful nades from right here, in this corner. This is for heaven, I hope. Yeah, okay. There you go. So you stand in the corner and you aim at the corner of this guy. You can help your teammates out monster.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Okay. You can molly barrels from here, just shoot the gap. You basically can't miss it. Okay. So this spot's really valuable to remember. You'd throw a bunch of shit from there. If you want to come out of connector, you want to pop flash yourself, crouch in this corner, and you see the kind of dark edge, just chuck a nade at it.
Throwing a flashbang!
Okay. If anyone's watching like this angle, they should get flashed, blah blah blah. Okay. It's just helpful. Alright, let's head up here to fountain. What's useful up here? If you'd like to push long and you're afraid there's an opera on the corner, just come against this back wall and throw a running, just a nice healthy running jump throw against the middle of this wall.
Flashbang!
Okay. Anyone sniping from here is not going to see it coming. It's going to pop right there. Okay. Once you're out long, this bush right here, you can throw a nice smoke. You just throw it at the top of the second tee,
Smoke!
and that'll smoke everything off. And then if you have teammates, tell them to get close to the smoke and get ready to bust through. Stand on the shadow knob and throw it at the top of the lantern.
Throwing a flashbang!
That pops right around the corner. If there's anyone lurking here, if there's anyone over there, if there's anyone right there. Okay, this flash hits pretty much everything in sight. So smoke this, have your teammates get close, and then flash there and they bust out. The two smokes for the back of A, tuck into the bench, throw it at the corner of the building, not this corner, the upper corner of the building. If you throw it here, it leaves a potential gap, so just scoot it over a little bit. Scoot it over.
Smoke!
Do a jump throw. Okay. If you keep it to the right, there can be a little gap there, possibly. There's this one. You basically tuck in against connector, and you do a jump throw where the A meets the N, right here.
Smoke!
That'll get bank. Okay, so that and that. You'll have the back of the site smoked off for any rotators coming up, but you'll still have to worry about close. If I can get multiple people to watch this video and remember these nades, there's like a 3 smoke setup that helps us take A, but it's not easy for 2 of them. One of them's really easy, and it's also the most useful. You tuck into this corner, and you just throw a smoke at the guy's head, just dead center of his head, and it should drop down and smoke truck.
Throwing smoke!
Truck is a really common spot for CTs to hold, so it also smokes this corner as well. It's a really powerful smoke. By itself, it doesn't do miracles. It helps a lot, so you know, remember that and use it whenever you want. But the other 2 are a little bit tougher. So if there's 2 of you watching, I don't know, maybe Elsif wants to volunteer, or maybe Beta. I know Al will volunteer because he's helpful. Line up against this line. There's a line up here on the roof. Can you see this? This is kind of interesting. First of all, you need player model 3. View model preset POS 3. This is classic view model. If you're on 1, it's not going to work. Okay, you got to be on 3. All the pros do it. You should too. The tip of my index finger knuckle, you see how it kind of comes to a point? I put the point of the knuckle on the end of the line.
Smoke!
There's less monotonous ways to remember this, but it's never as perfect. Okay, that's the only perfect way to line it up. The problem is the skybox moves, the trees move. Like, nothing up there is stationary enough for you to line up with. So, line, pull the pin, put the tip of your knuckle on this line. And then the other one is the middle of the bench. Same thing with the knuckle. There's a line on the pillar right here. And you're going to line up right there. Alright, here.
Throwing smoke!
This has the same issues as the other nade where, like, if you're trying to just guess it, you could hit the side of the stair and fuck up your smoke, or it could be too far left or right, okay? That's why you use the knuckle lineup, just to get them perfect. So if we can have all 3 people remember, you might want to delegate who can remember which nade, so you only have to remember 1. This is the easy one, also the important one for truck.
Smoke!
This one's for middle sight. Right here.
Smoke!
This one's for left. Right here.
Smoke!
And then when it's all smoked, it's like the freest plant you've ever had. Okay. Cool. I think that's it for T side. Useful shit on CT side. If you want to know the smoke that I do to block off monster, I tuck into the garbage. I go straight up from the power transformer to the height of the power line. If it's not precise, it won't work, which could get you in trouble. If it is precise, it's great. So if you miss it, there's a couple possibilities. If you miss it, it might like bounce off the top of the bridge instead. It might slide down off the side and not cover the whole monster. Okay, so it's got to be pretty precise. Don't fudge this one. Be careful with it. Straight up from the power transformer to the height of the power line. If you'd like to smoke water, you can do it from the same place. This one's a lot easier. You just go straight up from the building to the second power line and chuck it. Okay. If you can afford a molly, always, and if you're the monster player and you can afford a molly, always because at the very least they'll have to smoke themselves through it if they rush, and then you've got an advantage. Okay, that's just the best thing to do. If you're the water guy, stop in the door threshold and throw it at the third balcony up. Corner of the third balcony up. Okay. Yep, and then you can rush into water with that. By the time you get here, the molly will be just about done. You can chuck a smoke into it if you want, or you can peek with it, and there might be T's standing right behind the molly. If you'd like to know my pop flash, it's very easy. You come out lower, and you stop right here with the board. Just this far. Doesn't matter like left or right, just this far. And then you see the arrow on the wall? That's about where you throw it.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Okay. That'll pop right here so this guy can peek this. Cool. The other pop flash, there's two pop flashes actually from up here. You stand on the corner. If you'd like to help someone push monster, you just throw a flash at the bottom right corner of this window.
Flashbang.
That should drop low enough that even people up here will get flashed. Okay. And that'll help your boys push out monster. From the same exact spot, if, say you mollied that tunnel, or someone mollied that tunnel and they want to push in and peek that tunnel, stand in the same spot and throw it at the roof. The height of the roof. Probably right in the middle of the board is about best. Okay. Too far right and you'll hit the corner of the building. Okay. So about there. And that flash is right there. So like molly this, teammates like right here ready to peek facing inwards. You pop flash that. Free frag. I think that's about it for B. Oh yeah. I don't know if you'll ever get a chance to really use this. But if you drop a smoke below the sandbags, it's like the best one way in the world. It doesn't have to be as precise, just drop it down. They cannot see you. They really can't. So just stand on the sandbags, you can kill people coming out cat, kill people coming out monster. It's really good with a silenced M4. It's amazing, but you know, you don't get to use it very often. There's not really a time you get the opportunity to use that often, but there you go. If you're playing A, there's a bunch of useful shit you can do. And I wish people would learn it more because it tends to be where we have the most issues. So, first, the most useful molly you could learn is a jump throw. So you get out, it's like right away. You just get out your molly, drop off the planter, and when you get to this corner, you see where the tree shadow meets the solid shadow? You're going to do a jump throw, and you're going to be lining up at the top of this crack, this T. Okay? So I'll show it in motion. Line it up. Jump. There you go. Okay. And then if you hear them smoke it, you know they're coming out. I'd say about 50% of the time, no one will go through that molly, and then the other 50% of the time, the fastest guy will end up in playground. So, of course, your natural instinct is to push with it. You'll probably want to nade past it, because they might be waiting behind it. And then just be careful of this playground push. Clear this out. Okay. The standard default smoke that works pretty well, that you should always remember, and probably just use on default. If you're not doing anything cheeky, just do this smoke. Run through the bathrooms, and when you can see the garbage, do a running throw at the line above it. And that should bounce up a step, 2 steps, and this is that standard smoke that you can kind of take a shot over the top. T's also expect this, so it's, you know, just be careful with it, but it's powerful every once in a while. In fact, you usually want to smoke it and use it sometimes, smoke it and not use it, don't smoke it, peek it, right? Just be random with it. Make sure they never know exactly what's going to happen with this smoke. The other smoke, come around sand and stop here, and you kind of see where the tree bends. Right here, just chuck it. That'll land on the top. Okay. The reason why this is interesting to use, it's too high to be able to see over from this railing, but you can have teammates get right behind it. And you come back here, kind of out to the doorway, and throw a walking flash at this.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
And your teammates can push through the smoke and fuck up anyone over here. Okay, so this is good save round strat. Smoke from here to the elbow, and then back up and throw a walking flash.
Throwing a flashbang.
Okay. If you're playing... Oh, the other thing you can do with this smoke
Smoke.
is you can more easily and safely get up here with a teammate and have someone boost on your head and look over the top. I should have summoned a bot, but here we are. You can look over the top and see people out here. Okay, that smoke is a little better protection while you're getting it set up. Connector. Probably the first thing you want to do is a running flash on the way.
Flashbang.
And then if you tuck into this corner, the flash is just to stall them for a second. Throw it on the right side of the dark brick. You see this dark brick? Throw it at the middle right side of the dark brick.
Smoke.
That gives you a nice one-way over the top. Okay? Smart T's will expect it, and they'll start spamming it. It's not going to work forever, but it'll work sometimes. What else we got for a... Oh yeah. If you're playing long, or rather, sorry, if you have a teammate with you, have the teammate get up here, don't peek, stand like right here by the sign, okay? You do a walking pop flash from here, basically straight up from the bike.
Throwing a flashbang.
See where this pops? It's going to pop anyone over here, it's going to pop anyone over here. They're not going to see it coming because it's through the trees. So that pops, and this guy just swings and takes a peek and comes back. The reason why he doesn't push is because if that actually flashes someone and they had a chance to fall back around a corner, he's going to be at a disadvantage if he tries to push. Okay, they're going to know he's coming. So just take that pop flash, peek, come back. Just take your opportunity and leave. If they are attacking the site and you're like already in the site, you can't hold them off. One thing you can do is tuck in here and throw a right click at this train track thing. What do you call that? That'll smoke off behind you. It almost looks like a terrorist smoke, but it's useful to you. Okay? You can stay here and you can watch this way. You don't have to worry about your ass. I'm worried about your ass. Yep, you can just watch this way. And then if you hear them start to plant, you can throw something. If you got like a molly or a nade, you go straight up from this line to the sun.
Throwing fire.
There you go.
Grenade.
Or you can just flash it,
I'm
peek
throwing a
it.
flashbang.
Okay. So that's useful.
Throwing
That,
smoke.
watch this way. Throw shit from the line up to the sun.